Hey YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire.
And tonight we're talking about The Flash.
Season 5. Season 6, Episode 8. Last Temptation of Barry Part 2. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
Wow.
Yeah, it was Episode 8. At least I got that right.
Wow.
Hey, you said Google Earth last night.
Yeah, but that was in reference to Powers, not the actual shit show that's Google Earth.
I know. It was still funny, though.
I thought tonight's episode was good.
Yeah, it was good. I was just happy that I was actually right about the reason why he did that.
Yeah.
Because usually I'm not. Usually she's the one who calls it or predicts something. And I'm just like, yeah, or I go with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually said that like last time and I was actually right. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know?
Yeah. I'm happy for you.
I'm happy for myself.
I'm also pissed that that's the way they went.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, but it feels like a cop-out.
It does. It would have been nice if they'd done something a little more, a little differently with it.
Right? Like, imagine what they could have done if he accepted it and then only turned on a dime when he faced Iris in the...
Yeah.
Right? That's when he started fighting. Imagine if that was when he started fighting, but he let it consume him because he lost hope.
Yeah.
And then after Crisis, when he returns, the speed, like I was saying last week, the Speed Force leaves him because it's a consequence for his actions.
Because that would have been like you were just saying, that would have been so much more realistic and gone along with the whole reference of hope that they used at the end of the episode.
Exactly. Like,
I mean, you know, like, yeah, because that's the reason that he fights.
Mm-hmm.
Not just because he's taking it on to stop the bad guy. No, he fights
because he's endless fountain of hope.
Yeah, because of who he is, because he has that hope.
Mm-hmm.
And
why would he stop fighting? Because he finally fucking lost all hope.
Right. So that would make more sense in terms of who he is as a character. And
I think it would have been a great moment for character development.
Yeah.
Because he's the Flash, he doesn't get many of those.
No.
So.
And
I mean, I'm glad you were right because you're finally right.
Well, yeah, no, I know. It's just, I feel like, because, like, a lot of the time with TV shows, like, I understand what's going on.
Right.
But it just makes me happy when I can be like, that's what actually happened. Like, I actually predicted that right for once. Because I don't do that very often. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Well, you're also, like, you didn't particularly grow up on a genre similar to this.
Yeah.
Where I was immersed in it for, like, ever.
Right.
So, and, you know, figuring out the ending of situations have always been the thing I loved most to do while watching shows with a mystery to it.
Yeah.
So...
Because I know sometimes people think that doing that takes away from, like, the suspense or the surprise of it.
But you don't actually know you're right until you're right.
Exactly. So it doesn't. You're just predicting it, and then like if it happens, you're like, oh, or it was even better than I expected it to be, or than I predicted. Like,
or
you know,
damn, that was so bad.
Right? Like it's like, well, that was anticlimactic.
Like tonight.
Yeah, that it really was. It was disappointing.
Yeah. Or like, you know, when you call it exactly, but it just makes it that much worse.
Yeah.
Like,
which was kind of what
dragged
happened.
me to hell.
I have not seen that.
It'll make you laugh. Go ahead. You will be able to call everything that happens.
It's that predictable of a horror movie. Wow.
Every single trope. is used
Oh, wow.
with no twist to the trope.
Really? That's stupid. If you're gonna use all the tropes and be cliche about it, you should at least have some twists in there.
Nope.
Like, what the hell?
Yep. All the tropes they could use for that particular movie, they used.
Well, like I was telling you before, I didn't realize about with The Sixth Sense. I didn't know.
No one did when it first came out.
Yeah.
It was only something that you know because of pop culture.
But I wasn't even, like, spoiled by that. Like, when I watched the movie, that twist, I was like, that is so awesome! I was just, like, sitting there, this is so good! I love this!
Well, by this point, everybody assumes everybody knows.
Yeah.
So it's just like...
So that was, like, one of the few things I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know? But it was still really cool, and that is actually a really great horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really liked that.
Yeah.
So.
I think I might want to rewatch that.
It was on Netflix when I saw it. But it's not on there anymore, I don't think.
Yeah.
That was, like, last year.
Yeah, all this to say, tonight's episode, yay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad we're to the crossover.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe we're to the crossover.
Right.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've been promoting it so much, and now it's finally here next week, and you're just like, dang.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, I thought the first part was better of this two-parter.
Right.
But I did really like the last scene with the group, with the team. Just because, like, it was really touching, and it just made you feel like, you know, back in the old days, how it was. And I missed that, like Cisco said.
Right.
And then just, like, what Iris was saying, like, it almost made me, like, I was starting to tear up. I was just like, this is why West Allen is so amazing. Like, this is why they're one of the most iconic couples in pop culture, because they never give up on each other. Like she said, they're inevitable. Just like the crisis is, so are
she
they.
said even more than the crisis. We are inevitable.
We are. And, like, I don't know, it's just such a beautiful sentiment to me. Like, I just love them. And the fact that she mentioned that first kiss by the water, like...
Right?
Oh my gosh, I literally flipped my shit when that happened. Like, I saw all the pictures, like, all the stuff, and, like, when it literally happened, I, like, squealed. Like, oh my gosh, I was so happy.
And then so pissed they wiped it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it started the trend of giving us what we wanted and then erasing it from history.
Yeah.
But, like, the thing that confused me is that Cisco was able to vibe her to a reality that never happened.
Yeah.
Like,
how was he able to do that? Yeah.
He can't time travel.
I don't know.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
I mean, even though I didn't necessarily like what Iris did in trying to, you know, go meet Barry, it just reiterates the fact that they don't give up on each other.
Right.
Like, even if Cisco was trying to talk her out of it, she was not going to change her mind. Because, like she said, in sickness and in health, like, she is devoted to him, and she will never give up on him or stop fighting for him.
Yeah. I do think, though, going back to the previous point, that I guess if she still had the clothes that she wore that day, Cisco could have been able to vibe it.
Yeah.
To that point. But that still confuses me.
It's still a little confusing, yeah.
Because technically those clothes never experienced that.
Yeah. But then she said something about how she could experience it twice or whatever.
Well, that's because she was able to watch herself experience the first kiss, and then she had her first kiss with him.
Oh, okay.
So she got to experience a first kiss twice.
Twice, yeah.
And Barry got to actually experience it because he has knowledge of it all.
Right.
So he got to experience their first kiss twice.
Yeah.
But were you gonna say anything else?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so like I just love that about their relationship. Like I just think that that's what makes them such an amazing, iconic couple.
Right.
Like more so I mean, you know, I love a lot of couples. I do. But they're like in my top 5 of favorite couples.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Most definitely. I do have something nitpicky, because when do I not?
But that's what makes you a good reviewer, is you talk about all the stuff, good and
I
bad.
do. This one involves Arrow. And my thing is that they transferred. I keep wanting. What's his name?
Who, the Monitor? The Monitor?
No,
Oh.
I said transferred.
Oh.
I keep trying to say Mohinder, but it's not.
Ramsey.
Yes. At least it's the last night we have to talk about that idiot. Anyways. Because I'm never gonna remember that's not his name.
Bloodwork as the bad guy. Ramsey as the human.
I couldn't even remember Bloodwork. Okay. But interestingly enough, something similar happened to him on Heroes. Anywho, he got transferred to Argus. Okay. I'm fine with that, you know, makes sense. Chronologically speaking, Lila's on the effing island. So, how the F did Lila confirm with Cisco how Ramsey was doing in Argus custody? Because she's on the island. She doesn't know. She's not there.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, but like... What?
In the words of Ted. What?
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 What? What?
No, like the way that he said it in Voyage of the Damned, like at the end of that episode when the ship came into the TARDIS and he's just like, what?
What? What?
He flips the life preserver over and it says Titanic.
Yeah. But like, I can't understand
me
that
right now.
I'm sorry.
Whew. It's okay. I was up super late watching that stupid Q&A.
But yeah, I can't understand how that works.
Yeah, I can't either.
So,
and like,
I can't get over it.
Yeah. And like going back to the hope thing too, like, isn't that a big theme also throughout Doctor Who?
Hope?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and with them, they have moments where like it's not just, oh, I'm doing this to like try to stop this person. I'm actually letting it happen to me and letting it consume me. And then in a moment when, you know, somebody that I trust or care about is about to be killed by me, I start fighting for it. Right? Like, it's more like that happens more often in that than it does for like his character and in The Flash. Kind of.
Yeah, but he doesn't get like possessed or
Yeah.
anything. It's
Yeah.
more like he lets his he lets his emotions consume him.
Mm-hmm.
Because ever since the war, he doesn't really actually have all that hope.
Yeah.
He's just masking how he feels inside.
Right.
And so it's unavoidant.
Yeah. But I mean, as it goes through, do the others have more hope than like the past ones? Like 11 or 12 versus
I think
like
11
9 and
does.
10.
11 does because
because 10 is, like you said, running from his past.
Mm-hmm.
And the guilt he feels over what happened.
Right.
And like 11 and 12 are more about the future part of it, right? Like than the past.
After a certain point in 11, yeah.
Okay.
But until that point, he's still stuck running.
Yeah.
And in denial and everything like that. But, so a lot of the childishness in the beginning is a front.
Mm-hmm. Is like a facade.
Right.
Yeah.
But then it continues later, just to a lesser degree, after he's accepted everything and come to terms with what's happened.
Okay. But I mean, it would be better writing if, like, they went about it in that way, where, like you were saying, with Barry, they actually had him fight for it when he needed to fight for it, instead of just doing it to defeat the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Basically, I guess you can kind of say that it's like, Donna's Christmas special.
Yeah.
Where the Doctor just let his, hatred and nonchalance take over, and he was willing to stay there and drown the spiderlings and everything.
Right.
And as we saw in Turn Left, it would have killed him if Donna wasn't. Like, he wouldn't have left, and he would have died with them.
Right.
You know, like, that's how much rage and stuff he has in him. But he turns around and fights for the human.
Yeah.
You know, he allows the...
Like, even though he doesn't like to have the emotions or, like, and has all that rage, he still wants to help everybody else and still has that that small amount of hope to be able to save other people.
Right, but that's why the villains are scared of the Doctor, because it's the rage of the Time Lord is what they're scared of. Just like what they were talking about in Family of Blood. The rage of the Time Lord, and that's how he punished them.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
But so that's how it kind of correlates to Barry.
Yeah.
You know. Just
because, I mean, you know,
how we wish it would have happened for Barry.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where I was trying to go with it. I was just trying to relate it because I'm like, well, you see that happen more in like other things than you do with Barry, because the way that they've been writing him, he hasn't really gotten to have that development in that way to show that that is why he's fighting and that is why he has the hope that he does.
Right.
So, yeah.
I guess you could say it's kind of like Discovery, the one, the episode
with Tilly.
No. The episode where Saru, Michael, and whatever his name is, the
captain?
No.
Oh.
The boyfriend that...
Oh, I don't remember his name.
Yeah. Where they were on the planet with the talking wind.
I think I remember that. Was that like season 1 or was that... Okay.
And Saru connected with them through his fear and everything.
Yeah.
And he let the fear just completely consume him. So much so that he found peace within it.
Right.
And then almost killed Michael over it. And knocked the hell out of the other guy.
Right.
And then,
I was just watching it yesterday, and like the boyfriend guy was in it, and I can't remember what his name is.
Yeah.
Like Captain Pike was saying it, and I don't even remember.
But like it's almost like that.
Yeah.
Because he let the fear consume
And it would have been nice if that's what happened in part 1. Like when he let it take over, he legitimately let it take over. And then the moment that he started realizing and trying to fight and bring himself out
would be the moment in the apartment with Iris.
Right.
In this week's episode.
Right. Or when he was, like, trying to kill her.
Yeah, but I think that
it would have been
that moment so that they could start planning and doing everything.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't have gotten to that point because the field wouldn't have went down.
Right. Yeah. So. But I mean, I do like that Cecile said that about Barry. Mm-hmm. And that, you know, and he does have that hope.
Yeah.
But it just would have been nice if that was demonstrated through what he was doing.
Right. The only time we've ever seen Barry hopeless to the extent that we wanted him to be was not even the real him.
Yeah.
It was the Savitar.
Mm-hmm.
Like
even with his parents, even when he literally created another timeline so that his parents could survive, he wasn't that hopeless.
Right?
Like, you think
even
that
when he had to reverse it to go back in time and watch his mom die again.
Right. You think that would have been the thing that made him lose all hope.
Mm-hmm.
But no.
Yeah.
So.
Just, I don't know.
I mean, I loved the scene, and I, you know, loved all the West Allen stuff, and just how much, like I said before, how much they just love each other and don't give up on each other. Yeah. But yeah, it would have been a lot more satisfying if that was the reason behind it. Mm-hmm. And that we were seeing a demonstration of that kind of hope and everything that Cecile says Barry has.
Yeah.
So.
Other than that,
I was so happy that Allegra helped them. I almost said Alexa. Allegra. That was awesome. And Caitlin was badass. Or Snow was badass, I should say. Frost.
Caitlin was badass for talking Snow into it.
Yes, that was a great moment.
It was.
But I loved when she just did this and the whole, like, ice thing just went out and, like, you know.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In my head, once Joe got hit, I was just like, Snow, freeze the wound. Snow, freeze the wound. Freeze the damn wound. Freeze the damn wound. Girl, oh my gosh, you better freeze that damn wound. And then she's like scared as hell. I'm like, what the fuck? Just freeze the... What is so scary about putting some ice on that?
I don't know.
Like...
Put some mass on it.
I was so tilted by that she wasn't just instinctively putting ice on that wound.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like...
It's like, what are you doing?
You're the on-scene medic. Put the damn ice on it.
Yep.
Like, why wasn't Caitlin saying, freeze his back, freeze his back? Like, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I know.
What the fuck? Like, it bothered me so much.
I can see that.
Like, so
much. You know what bothered me so much? No, I'm just kidding. It's not from The Flash. I just wanted to do it. I wanted to have my moment.
You know something else that bothers me?
What?
At the end of every episode.
Mm-hmm.
That stupid fucking Nash.
Right? It was every episode. It's like, we get it.
I mean, last year's was interesting just because we got to look and see and dissect every week. We got another glimpse at what universe's characters fell in the battle for that in that fake battle. You know, like in that version.
But with this, it's literally the same scene for every one of them.
I mean, it was the same scene back then too, but but it had things to dissect. Things
right. This one does it. Except the fact that, like, no, he didn't save his life.
No, he did not. That was Barry and Allegra and the team.
Like, what the hell? I was just so sick of seeing it, like, when we saw it for The Flash, because we watched The Flash and Arrow.
We watched Flash and then Arrow.
And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, when it came on for Arrow, I was just like, get the computer up. We're doing this. Like, let's just ignore the TV. Like, this is dumb. We're done.
I'm like, I just want it to be the crossover so we don't have to see this stupid scene anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we know that he's gonna become Pariah.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to see it at the end of every single freaking superhero show.
Right. So speaking of Pariah, I know this wasn't in The Flash, but Harbinger.
Right?
First seen tonight on Arrow. Like, the fuck.
And Roy's gonna be Arsenal!
Yeah, if he finally gets his, like, you know...
He don't have his arm no more!
Nope. He's finally gonna be Arsenal.
The physical embodiment of Arsenal.
Yes. Now he just needs to find Cheshire and get in a relationship with her and have babies with her, and then, like, him and Cheshire will have
No! Thea and Roy!
I know, but I'm just, you know, that's Arsenal.
I know.
He gets with Cheshire. I think that's her name, Cheshire.
I mean, they're probably not going to end up together
I don't
anyway.
know.
Thea
It's some
and Roy.
cat thing.
None of the couples that I liked on
Human
Arrow ended up
being.
together in the end, so what's the point?
Yeah.
Except Oliver and Felicity. That's it.
I know the Cheshire Cat is from Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
But, like,
And
I
John
think...
and Lila.
Yeah. But I think that might be her name. I don't know. It's some creepy cat name.
Where's their daughter? Sarah.
She... In Flashpoint, that got rid of her.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot. It's been a while. That was
her.
season 3
Mm-hmm.
of The Flash, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. I was like, they had a daughter, but where is she?
She doesn't exist. But, so Harbinger,
Yeah.
like, I understand that Lila went, like, she picked up the orb thing and activated it, and then she went into the puddle, and
Excuse me.
she was, she, you know, she, like, disappeared for, like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, like,
At the end, she
out of
comes
nowhere, Lila appears, and they're like, Lila? And they're
she's
like,
like,
no,
Harbinger.
Harbinger. I am the Harbinger.
And I want to say Harbinger, because that's what it looks like.
Right? And I'm just like,
But it's
wait. So our Lila actually is Harbinger.
Yep, that's what it looks like.
But we know Harbinger turns on the monitor and works with the anti-monitor. Like, that's comic fact. Why would Lila turn against the good guys? She is the good guys.
I guess we'll have to watch in the crossover
Like,
and find out.
If it was an alternate universe Lila, I would have understood.
Yeah.
If it was even a future Lila, maybe something
See, that's
bad
what I thought
happened.
it was. I thought she was a future Lila.
Like, whatever. But, I mean, it kind of felt that way because of her outfit.
Yeah.
Like, really, how long was she gone?
Because I think it was the line she said about, like, meeting her future son. Like, that's why I thought she was, like, not our Lila, because I thought she would have already, like...
No, she hasn't met them yet.
Okay.
She didn't meet, daughter, the son, or her son.
Okay.
Like, she didn't meet any of them.
Okay. Yeah, because I was like, I
She
was
didn't
kinda
have time.
confused.
She was too busy following the monitor's orders.
Yeah, I was just confused because I was like, what?
Yeah.
But-
But yeah, so I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Although, if you think about it, in the future, since the crisis technically had already happened,
Mm-hmm.
because Flash disappears in Crisis,
Right.
right? It's the newspaper thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shouldn't they have known about Crisis?
Yeah.
Like, they should have known that's when Dad died. So that confuses me.
Yep.
Like,
I'm gonna probably be confused at some things with the crossover.
same.
So.
I can't wait for the crossover.
Yeah. Sunday!
Yes. So we just watched a new trailer for the crossover, in which Barry stands right in front of Iris and goes, I will run home to you.
And I'm just like, that's the song he sings in the musical episode when he was proposing to her.
Yes.
And I'm just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I can't. Like, I can't.
We freaked out.
I'm gonna cry. My babies. I
It's
love
okay.
them so much.
It's okay. Everything worked out. It's
Protect them at all costs.
Wakanda forever. I know that's Marvel and this is DC, but
Yes!
it was there.
It was.
Do you have anything else to talk about?
I don't think so.
Okay. So I guess until next time,
keep believing in the impossible.